Welcome to Divine Earth School TV, where we talk about all things life, health, business, and spirituality, where high achievers come to embody, embrace, and express their divinity. So let's dive in. Hello, 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 Mosaic Souls. Hey, Mosaic Souls, this is Rachael Alexander, artist and Mosaic Soul mentor, aka spiritual teacher and transformational life, health, and business coach. And today I really wanted to talk about how to get out of feeling stuck and how to get out of feeling numb. And this was sort of a trending topic this week, sort of with my clients and also with myself, as some energy was kind of coming up that wanted to be seen. And as you know, I have my own sort of personal care practice that I do pretty much daily. And you know, there's a lot of times when we feel stuck and stagnant and we feel like we're not moving towards what we desire. Like we set a goal and yet every day keeps going by, or a week goes by and we keep saying that we're going to do it and we don't do it. And we're like, why am I not moving forward? And a lot of it has to do with really feeling a sense of numbness. There's an area or part of our lives or part of ourselves that we're not tapping into and that we're not acknowledging, and that's sort of bearing our emotions and bearing our feelings, and this area of our lives that is keeping us stuck and stagnant in a specific area. So if you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. I came on here impromptu. I'm not usually on here this late, but I wanted to share this because I was excited, and when I'm excited, I just followed the inspiration. I was planning on doing a video this week, so I was like, might as well hop on now while I'm excited. So anyways, so how do you get out of staying stuck, stagnant, and numb? Really, it's this numbness, right? And numbness is sort of shows up where you just sort of check out, right? You check out from your life. You sort of disassociate from your body. And disassociation means sort of like you become a different person, or not a different person, sort of like you become sort of like a not so aware observer of your life, where you're no longer feeling your emotions and you're no longer allowing yourself to even know how you feel, right? And this can kind of show up. This can affect so many different areas of your life, especially if you're in a loving relationship or any kind of relationship. When you are in a place of numbness, or you're in a place of checking out from your emotions or disassociating from your life or your body or your emotions, you can't really be available for anyone else. You can't be available for your children. You can't be available for your job. You can't really be available for your partner or whatever. Because you're not there. Like your true self has vacated the premises, right? And so this allows you to also get into this cycle of sort of procrastination and just not really living your true life's purpose, right? So how do you go about doing this, right? And the biggest thing here, this big step number one, is being open to feeling your emotions on a day-to-day basis. Self-care is such a huge thing that I talk about a lot on this channel. But one of the pieces about self-care that people don't talk about, that I don't really hear many coaches or other teachers talk about, is learning to give yourself space to feel your emotions on a day-to-day basis, because emotions is energy in motion, and we are energetic beings having this human experience. And so we're going to be feeling emotions on a day-to-day basis, whether those emotions are, high vibration emotions or lower or denser emotions. It doesn't matter. We're always going to be feeling emotions, right? And so when we don't give ourselves the space to sort of calibrate and sort of navigate and experience our emotions in the moments that they happen, or even if we can set aside, 10, 20, 30 minutes a day to really just check in with ourselves and see what emotions are arising, then we're not going to be able to move forward towards what we desire to create, because we're creating the stagnant, stuck energy, because we're not facing sort of the aspects of ourselves that we aren't really willing to look at, right? So step number one is really being open to feeling your emotions on a day-to-day basis. Whatever is coming up, you want to give yourself space and time. If if you can't do it in that moment, right? Maybe your job, or maybe you have to take care of the kids or whatever it is, but giving yourself the space and time to, even if it's like 20 minutes before you go to bed or 20 minutes before you start your day, and just really checking in with your emotions and kind of backtracking. How did I feel today? What was coming up for me? What do I need to face or deal with, or what's in alignment or out of alignment for me, right? So that's step number one. Step number two is releasing self-judgment. A lot of times we feel numb and we feel like we check out and from our lives because we are judging ourselves. We're judging ourselves saying, I shouldn't be feeling this way, or I know better, or, why is this coming up for me again? If you're joining me live, feel free to say hi in the chat. I know it's pretty late. Well, it's pretty late here. I don't know what, I'm in Georgia, so we're Easter Standard Time. But yeah, so letting go of self-judgment. When we are judging ourselves, we don't give ourselves the space to feel our emotions. And so we push them under a rug, we shove them down, we disassociate from our bodies, we disassociate from our lives, from our emotions, because there's some voice, maybe it was your mom or your dad, or, just society, especially with men, men are taught, men don't cry, like toughen up, da, da, da. That's a huge thing with men for some reason. I feel like every partner that I was with, except maybe one, I've had to teach them how to like tap into their emotions, and that it's okay, especially Black men, but it's okay to feel your emotions, and it's okay. You're safe to feel your emotions. It doesn't make you weak. Being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. Feeling sad or feeling defeated or frustrated or angry or jealous or whatever doesn't make you a bad person, right? These are natural energy in motion, right? This is that's what emotions are, right? So letting go of the self-judgment. And when you let go of the self-judgment, then you can allow the emotions, the energy to keep moving, right? Hello, Benish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So you can keep that energy moving, right? And as you keep that energy moving, you allow insights to come. You allow, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You allow insights to come, and you allow just an inner knowing of what to do next in your life, because you're no longer stuffing down your emotions. When you're stuffing down your emotions, you feel stuck and stagnant. And so you don't know what to do because you have all this pent up energy that wants to come out. And because you're not letting it out, you're like, I don't know. It's like almost like you're walking around being constipated, right? And that's not a good feeling, right? So that's step number two, is release self-judgment. And then step number three is determine what you're avoiding, pushing away, or not acknowledging, right? So step number three is determining what you're avoiding, pushing away, or not acknowledging, right? So when you're releasing that self-judgment and you're allowing the emotions to flow, what do the emotions want to tell you? I just literally just did this exercise with a client yesterday. What does your emotions want to tell you about your life? What is going on? What's arising for you? Was a boundary crossed? Do you need to set healthier boundaries? Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is that's arising in your life, the emotions will tell you. It's very intelligent, right? They're your guidance system, right? Letting you know what's going on. And by you checking in, you're going to know what's the next step, right? So when I talk about determining what you're avoiding, pushing away, holding on to, or not acknowledging, it's really about recognizing that a lot of times when we feel stuck or numb is because we're either pushing something away, like, no, I don't want this to be happening, or we're avoiding something in our lives that we don't really want to be dealing with, right? Whether it's having tough conversations or setting healthier boundaries, or whether it's, doing the thing that you finally said you're going to do that seems difficult, but it's only really difficult in your mind until you actually do it. Or where we're holding on to things like unhealthy relationships or toxic relationships, or holding on to different frameworks of being or ways of doing things that no longer serve us anymore. It doesn't always have to be relationships, but it could be like doing things a certain way that just no longer resonates with who you are and who you want to be as you move on in the planet, right? So that's like sort of holding on to energy. And then not acknowledging something that kind of came up for me. And it's something I've been working on for literally the past 3 weeks, is like redoing and revamping my website and revamping, this is more so like 2 weeks, but revamping my website and rebranding my business. for the Divine Earth School, Divine Earth Living brand. And I was like, why haven't I like really launched my website? I like literally have designed it. I like have it on the thing. I have some of my web pages done. Like I have, you know, the copy for it, and I haven't finished designing it. I'm like, why have I not done this, you know? And this was something that was coming up, and I'm just sharing with you what's coming up for me, because I was like, I'm not, you know, I'm like, I've been wanting to launch my website and The website is not the big thing, but you just like, okay, I want to relaunch and rebrand myself. And what was coming up for me, and I think what was coming up for me is that I wasn't including all aspects of me and my brand that I really wanted to include, right? You hear me saying, you are divine. And I always start my videos with, I'm an artist and a spiritual teacher / transformational coach. But one of the things that I've noticed in a lot of my videos is that you don't see the artist side of me. You just hear me talking as a talking head on my camera and stuff like that. And that's totally fine, because that's sort of honoring sort of the transformational coach teacher aspect of me. But I wanted to start incorporating more of my artistry in my videos and in the way that I show up in my brand and stuff. And so that's what I realized for me when I finally sat down with my emotions earlier today. I was like, why haven't I moved forward towards this? And I was like, oh, because I'm not honoring that aspect of me in my own brand, right? So for you, when you start to sit down and start to acknowledge what's coming up for you, what's that sort of elephant in the room in your life or in your business or whatever way, or in your health, like what's coming up for you that you haven't acknowledged, that you aren't, you know, giving space or giving a voice to, right? And when you start to acknowledge that, then the insights will come. You're like, oh, this is what I need to be doing, right? And so that's how you get out of that numbness, stuckness feeling. So let's do a quick recap. And the 3 steps are: be open to feeling your emotions, right? Step number 1. Step number 2 is to release self-judgment, right? And then step number 3 is to determine what you're avoiding, pushing away, holding on to, or not acknowledging, okay? So if you resonated with these steps, let me know in the comment below which of these steps you resonated most with in the comments below, or in the chat if you're joining with me live. And I would love to invite you to my self-love, confidence, and clarity challenge happening starting next Monday. Feel free to check out the first link in the description box below. I'm super excited about this challenge because in this challenge, I've decided to gift one of the programs that I'm going to be launching within, called my Life Purpose Accelerator, right? And so if you've been feeling stuck or lost, this accelerator is worth over $2,000. So I'm going to be gifting a few people who join the challenge. There's going to be one winner every day of the challenge. It's a 5-day challenge. And so when you join the challenge, in order to win this gift of my Life Purpose Accelerator, which is a 4-week deep dive where we get coaching accelerator, where we get into really the nitty-gritty of why you're here, what you're here to do, gaining clarity on your purpose and your talents and your skills and all that good stuff. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely join me in my self-love, confidence, and clarity challenge. Go to divineearthschool.com/self-worth, and you can join the challenge for free there. We're going to be kicking off on Monday, February 15th through the 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to be coming on live every day on some special pages, and you guys can win. In order to win the challenge, I'll probably be coming on here live every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in order to win the prizes of the challenge, you have to actually join the challenge at divineearthschool.com/self-worth. So that is all that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that these tips have been helpful. I hope you guys are being awesome and having a wonderful week. And as always, flow with what feels good and let go of what doesn't, because you are divine. You are a divine being, and your soul knows exactly what you came here to explore, traverse, and journey through. And if you are looking to work with a transformational coach to help you reach your goals, to help you master your life, to help you get stuck and move further, faster, farther, then visit me at divineearthschool.com/call to book a call to see how we can help make that happen. So you guys remember, what you conceive is what you'll receive, what you expect is what you'll get, and however you feel is what will become real for you. So vibrate higher, and I will chat with you guys next time. Peace, love, and light.